Hi. So today I'm going to talk about the pressure of having our life figured out. I understand that we have this constant pressure in ourselves that we need to get our life figured out, and mostly this pressure comes from the society, the family, and our friends, and mostly our own expectations from ourselves, because we have set a certain deadline, a timeline for ourselves that by this time we have to figure out certain things, like by 30 we need to be married, we need to be financially stable, we need to be secure, and and we need to have a house of our own, we need to have a husband and children. So many things that we have set our timelines for, and honestly I do not understand why there is a timeline for these things, because we aren't in running into an apocalypse or a alien invasion that the world is ending, and it ending, and if we do not figure out our life within this certain timeline, that we have not figured out anything for ourselves, or we have not lived our life well. I mean, why we are in such a rush? you know why are we setting such timelines for ourselves, that for at the sake of our own mental health and our own physical health? Like sometimes do not understand that how we are going through such things, because I understand that we need to have some things figured out, but it's okay if we have not figured out some things, right? I mean, it doesn't even matter if by 30 I have not figured out my life. It's okay, I'm still trying, I'm in the process. It's not that I'm sitting off lazy and doing nothing and just wasting my life. I'm in the process of figuring it out, and that is totally completely okay. And I feel that according to society, and the successful life, or the life that we have figured out, is like if you have a degree, if you have a job, if you're financially stable, if you have a house, a marriage, and children. uh, According to society, that is a successful life. But successful life might be very different for a lot of people. Like for me, I feel that for a successful life, I want to be at peace. Like, asked me this question, like, 4 to 5 years or 6 years from now, they said, oh, it's about financial security, about job, I would have said the same thing. But right now, at this position in 30, if you ask me what is my vision of successful life, I would say that having to wake up early in the morning without the stress or frustration of the society, or things figured out. Like, there's no pressure. I'm waking up on time, I'm working out, I'm doing everything on my own timeline, and I am happy about it. Whenever I'm sleeping, I'm not procrastinating, and I am being able to sleep peacefully. The moment I am being able to sleep peacefully, I feel that I am successful in life, because we are not sleeping well. Why? Because we start keep thinking, and we keep overthinking, we keep procrastinating about our life, that the things have, you know things are not going the way we have wanted. And when we keep thinking, we are indirectly affecting our own health. Like, we do not, in the sense that we do not sleep on time, and we'll keep scrolling through social media, or we will put plug in our earphones and just look at us, watch a series or something, and then we will be like, okay, like, let's do it for the next time. And that's how we are affecting our life. And if we were successful, if we were happy and content in our life, we would not have to be going through this kind of things. We are comfortable where we are. And it doesn't matter that if you are millionaire or something. Sometimes comfortable might mean you have certain amount of wealth, that it's okay and you are comfortable. It does not. Even if I became a millionaire, I might have something else that I'm dealing with. So that I won't say that that is complete success, but I know money is important, of course. Not I'm not running a philosophical class where I'll say no, money is not important. Of course it is important to live. But what I'm trying to say is, if I had the and all the amount of wealth in life, I would still have something that I'm still dealing with. Maybe financially, not financially, but maybe emotionally. Maybe I would have to find love, or I would be, stuck somewhere else. So there's some things that we still are trying to figure out, and we have not figured out at everything at once. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that it is okay, that you do not set timeline for yourself, and you you are finding out and you're figuring out life in your own pace. And all of a sudden, when we are comparing ourselves with our older version, we are comparing the negative things in life. But for a while, let's compare ourselves with a good version of ourselves. Like when you're comparing yourself to the last year version of yourself, how about we compare that? Okay, I was not in that position, and I am in a better position now. Like we might have not had our success, like overnight success, right? But still, there are small stepping stones, and I think we should compare ourselves to that version of ourselves. Like I have become a better version of the past, and maybe in the future I'll do a much, better things. So instead of, putting ourselves down that we have not achieved so much, maybe we can be happy in the little things that we have achieved, so that when we are comparing ourselves to the older version of us, we are at least content that we have done something in our life that is actually that makes sense, And I think when we talk about, supposedly we'll talk about social media, and we keep comparing ourselves that, okay, the social media influencer is earning so much, and is so successful. Let's do social media, and after we'll work for a month, and so, and when we will not see any growth, and we'll be like, this is a scam. Like we were supposed to earn a lot, because the YouTube videos, they are saying that you can earn in 3 months and 4 months. No, that is totally wrong. Social media is showing you the success, but it's not showing you where they have started. Like every other influencers, they have become millionaires through social media, but you're not looking at the journey. They have started, like they have been consistent. They have been started their journey like 10 years back, 5, 6, 7 years back, and they have been consistent with their content, and maybe one of the reel got viral and they started gaining that fame, but it was not overnight success. They had to build that, and it's consistency, and that's what we are, you know we are so lost that we are not focusing on the consistency, and we are rather focused on the overnight success. Okay, this person just got viral and become success. No, they have been doing that. They have been consistent in their work. Why aren't we consistent in what we love? If we want to see some changes, right, we need to be focused. We need to be consistent in what we love. We can't just work for a month and two, and then if we're not seeing anything, any changes or any, success, then we are like, okay, you know what, I'm done with this because it's not giving me money. No, it's not like that. You need to figure out the pros and cons, and then you step into it, and you need to be consistent no matter what. So I think we are at, you know we are at wrong in this, because we try to see the smaller picture and not the bigger picture. Here we are only focusing on the success and not the hard work that has been put into it. So I would like to say that there are certain things, like we are focusing on ourselves, like we are focused on like career growth, financial, and relationships, so many things. And there are certain fears that, okay, I'm financially not stable, the career, I'm not in my career, like I'm not growing well, in relationship I'm not having a stable relationship. Even if I do, there's so much uncertainty about our families and marriage and everything. Like so much pressure, so much fear, and well, if we are carrying so many things in our mind, how are we supposed to be calm and, in peace, and figure out our life when we have so much fears? I mean, why aren't we just trying to deal with it one thing at a time? We cannot do so many things at a time. We need to make a list of our priorities, like, okay, these are my long term goals, these are my short term goals, and then we need to understand, okay, now this is more important, so let's focus on the, like if we're looking at the financial part, okay, this is my financially what I want to do right now, so let's focus on that, and later on we'll discuss the other one. So we have to divide our everything else, in a way that we can be able to take smaller bites and try to figure out our life. I feel that nobody has figured their life out right now. Everybody is dealing with something. We have no idea what someone is going through. So we are always focused on, what a person is going through, and we'll always figure out, okay, this person is so successful. I have had friends who are in a government job, in a very good position, and they are worried that their life will be at waste because they come to the office and there's no such work and daily challenges in their life, so they don't want to settle in that job. And for someone else, that is a dream job, and we feel like, okay, that's a dream job. You have, you are and you are UPSC aspirant, you are cleared, and now, and for them it's like, now what is this life? Like, I have cleared my exams, I'm in the office, there's nothing challenging about it. No, I want to challenge myself, I want to study, and I want to get into a different position. So I think nobody has figured out their life. So we should tell ourselves that it's okay. Take your time. Everybody has their own pace in how they grow and how they figure out things. And I might have a different pace than my friends. My best friend might be in a different space. I might be in a different space. And we all have our own space and our own pace to figure out things in life. And we do not need to run along with everyone. And I think the most important question right now is, what does figure out mean? You know, like, what do you think when I say that, have you figured out your life? What do you mean by that? Because honestly, I'm still searching for it. I don't know yet.